Like Yahweh by Shema Mashiach, woman like Yahweh, shout out to the Most High for leading us into another Wednesday night Warriors Bible study class. All praise to the Most High. All right, for that. All right, I want to give double honors to the elders that's been pushing the truth for decades, motivating me not to be faint-hearted in the truth and to be a soldier for the Lord, man. To be a soldier for the Lord and not giving up in this truth, man. So I just want to give a shout out to the elders, man. All right. I want to give a mighty shout out to the Battle Axes captains, all right, Captain Yahri, Captain Jerubbaal, Captain Benaniyah, Shalom, Shalom to the captains. I want to give a mighty Shalom, mighty shout out to all soldiers in Israel, all right, that's pushing the truth, all right, soldiers that's taking care of their households, they teaching their families, all right, they bringing out great classes, all right, all the soldiers that's you go into camp, waking up the elect, all right, and doing the mighty works of the Lord, man. For whatever reason, all right. Also, I want to give a mighty shalom to all the sisters in Israel, all right, the mighty sisters in Israel that's doing their part, cooking, cleaning, sewing, or just doing whatever you can do to uplift the ministry. All right, teaching children, teaching younger sisters. All right, and just being a good example on what a righteous Israelite woman should be. All right, on what a righteous Israelite woman should be. All right, constantly trying to reach that bar of being that Proverbs 31 woman. Okay. Uh, and also, all the leaders of of the congregations in Israel, whether you be with IUIC, BOW, WFI, Sons of Thunder, whatever camp, all leaders, man. I just want to encourage and give exhortation to all our leaders in Israel, man, because at the end of the day, we are all one body. So, hey, everybody, y'all just everybody keep pushing, man. We at the end, we seeing things ramping up. All right, so this is not the time to be slothful. Okay, this is not the time to be double minded, man. All right, we have to keep our eye on the prize in these last days, because things are only gonna wax worse and worse as time go on, man. Let me see who we got in the chat. All right, Shalom, my brother Lamar up in here. All right, my brother King James of Judah is up in here. Sister Danielle, Shalom, sis. Sister Danielle up in here. All right, so Shalom, everybody that's in the chat, and we'll tune in later on. All right. So the name of this live, I'm starting a little bit earlier than what I normally start. All right. Um, but it's all good. This class shouldn't be too long. The name of this lesson is "Live High Holy Days Daily," man. Shalom, shalom, Sister Mary Houston down there, H Town. All right, Acre Shakers down there, man. All right, shalom, shalom, sis, to you and your family. All right. Yeah, but to live high holy days daily, man. All right. To live high holy days daily, because one thing we have to understand about the high holy day, I did a class on this like a while ago. It may have been, maybe it might be a few years ago, but every high holy day, the high holy days are spiritual, man. And basically, the high holy days teach you how you should be living your everyday life, man. All right. So things that you perform on most high holy days are things you can do any day, but it's important to keep those high holy days in the day that the Lord designed them. Okay, I'm not saying you can keep them just instead of keeping the Passover here, I'm gonna keep it in the wintertime. No, that's off. You have to keep the feast days in that ordinance that the Lord set up, but you can go above and beyond that though. That's the thing, and that's the part of this lesson. You can go above and beyond. Just keeping that high holy day on that day. You're gonna keep it on that day, and then there's more that you can do. All right, like I said, there's a spiritual side to these things. All right, so I want to give a shout out, and I don't know if everybody knew that we were fasting. I'm gonna start making it more every month. The Battle Axes are gonna fast together as a congregation. There's just things that we're starting to put in place. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this class also. So we're just finishing our fast. Mine is ending soon. I got other brothers and sisters that started a little bit later. All right, but yes, monthly and preferably around the beginning of every month, man. We fasting as a congregation, man. All right, we're gonna fast as a congregation. Okay, every month. All right, and it's just to help keep people in the spirit, help keep brothers and sisters in the spirit, man. Because we know brothers and sisters have trouble and they have problems fasting. So this is a great way to teach brothers and sisters how to fast, and just so brothers and sisters can have an example and have a support team in a support group when they are fasting. Like today, we were fasting, and I know like the men's chat, man. The men, we have our own little chat, and we're chatting and we're sending each other precepts all day. Brothers calling brothers out all day, just checking on them at work, how they fast going, man. All right, so that's the spirit that we want to implement within the battle axes. All right, just that spirit of brotherhood and that spirit of charity, man. That's the spirit of charity, man. That's true love, man. All right. So with that, let's just jump right into it, man. I'm start off with Joshua 1 and 8. I probably start a lot of my lessons off with Joshua 1 and 8. We're gonna start off with Joshua 1 and 8 again today, all right? It reads, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. So we're supposed to meditate in this book day and night. All right. Even it might, like I said, it might not be Passover time, but you're still reading Exodus. Reading Exodus chapter 12. You might be going through that and read, and the more you read, the deeper the understanding that you get, and you realize a lot of things in the Passover applies to today, right? So that's why the Lord said you should meditate in these things day and night, and the more diligent you are, the Lord open up your understanding more and more. Okay. It says that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein, for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. So we want to have good success, first of all, in just keeping the commandments. I always look at the scriptures and like having good success in life, which, yeah, that's what it's talking about. But on a deeper level, because people think that it's impossible to keep the commandments, but when you meditate therein, man, you can be flawless in the commandments. We have many brothers and sisters that walk in the commandments perfectly, man. Not just Christ. All right. Now Christ never sinned. Okay, that's the difference between Christ. But you can still walk perfectly with the Lord, like David. All right, he had some mistakes, but he got up and he shook himself off and keep going. Job was a man that walked perfectly with the Lord. There's many accounts, even in the New Testament, man. All right, so it says, then thou shalt make that way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. And see, there go my dog. Every time class start, he, damn spirits, man. All right, he didn't. I don't know if he done pushed his damn ball up under the couch, but now he can't get it. All right, but I'm finna lock his button in the room if you bark one more time. All right. So if you want to have good success, keep the commandments even in life. All right, let's keep going. Salaki, y'all, give me 1 second. 1 second. Shut up. What the got going on? All right, Salakia. Shalom, brother Keith. All right. Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 21. Just a little quick opening precept. Like I say, this class ain't gonna be long at all. I just want to make a quick point on why it's important to do certain acts of high holy days that we can do on other days as well. And these acts we should meditate thereon. All right. Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 7. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 7. And we're gonna just read verse 21. It says, for God hath given straight commandments. The Lord gave us straight commandments, straight up and down. These are the commandments, all right? It says, for God had given straight commandments. I cannot see. Such as came, what they should do to live, even as they came, and what they should observe to avoid punishment. And that's another thing, man. The Lord gave us commandments to show us how we should live and what we should do to avoid punishment, man. Because we want to avoid the punishment of the Lord. One thing with the so-called black and Hispanic man and Native American, the Lord don't take no time whooping our butt. It like soon as I know Captain Yahri brought this out one time, as soon as we go out, man, we looking for judgment because we know it ain't gonna take long for that judgment to come. And then you don't know where it's gonna come from. But yeah, you see Esau on the earth doing whatever the hell he wants to, and the Lord is holding a judgment for later on all these nations. All right, but us, he like because we're his children. All right, so he immediately whoop our butt. So we want to make sure that we avoid punishment, man, by keeping the commandments. All right, that's just one little spiel I just wanted to go into. All right, let's get Titus chapter 2 and verse 11. Just a few opening precepts, man, on why we should live these high holy days daily, man. All right, because these high holy days, they teach you stuff, man. Even in tabernacles, man, getting your tabernacle, getting your spiritual tabernacle ready, man. Even your physical body in damn order, okay? But that ain't something we just do in a month of, October. Okay, we just wait to get ourselves in order to do tabernacles to get spiritually ready. We wait till that time. No, these are things we're supposed to be doing yearly, all year round. I'm not saying we're supposed to be pitching tents all year round, but just take the spiritual aspect of tabernacles and do that thing all year round. All right. This is the book of Titus chapter 2 in verse 11. And another thing about the high holy days, all right, they almost basically have the same concept. It's like a renewing or a refreshing of your spirit, man. It's like a renewing, a cleansing of your spirit, man. All right, all high holy days are basically going into the same thing, but on different levels. All right. This is the book of Titus chapter 2 and verse 11. It reads, for the grace of God, because the high holy days are another way of the Lord giving us grace and mercy, man, and giving us a way to repent. The high holy days are a way for the Lord to give us grace and mercy and repentance, man. All right. It says, for the grace of God that bringeth salvation hath appeared unto all men, teaching us, man. All right. So this grace and this mercy that the Lord has given us, another one that we're going to touch on is the Day of Atonement, man. That's just the grace and the mercy of the Lord. Okay. That's his mercy that he's given us just this one day. All right, that you fast and afflict your soul, man, to wipe away your sins, man. Now we're gonna touch on that because it's a little bit deeper than that. The Lord is just basically showing you, because fasting is a way that we as Israelites repent for our sins. Period. Point blank. Period. That's one of the tools that we use to repent. Okay. Now we're gonna go into that later on. But let's go back to 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, for the grace of God that bringeth salvation hath appeared unto all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness. All right, so it's about these high holy days are all about, they teach us how to deny ungodliness, all right, and worldly lust. We should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. Even right now, in this present world, we should be living like this. And not just, the commandments teach you how to live, but these high holy days teach you also on a deep spiritual level. Let's get Psalm chapter 51, man. All right, these high holy days, they are like something that refresh you. All right, it's something that renews you. All right, it makes you clean again. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 51, and we're gonna start at verse. Not Isaiah, Salakia. Psalms chapter 51. This is the book of Psalms chapter 51. We're going to start at verse 7. So this is after King David went off, all right? And we're going to touch on this story a little bit later on in the lesson too. All right? King David is a great example, all right, of how to properly atone for your sins, all right? This is the book of Psalms chapter 51 and verse 7. It says, purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean. Wash me, and I should be whiter than snow. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Says that the bones that thou hast broken. All right, because the Lord will break your spiritual bones, man. Y'all ever been beat down so bad that there's no remedy? The Lord beat you down so bad that there's no remedy. You can't go cry to your mama. It's certain things. Sometimes you can't even go cry to your husband or your wife with certain things. Certain thing, it's like there's no remedy for it, man. The Lord has broken your spiritual bones, man. All right. It says, Hide thy face from my sins and blot out all of my iniquities. Create in me a clean heart. So we want to create in ourselves a clean heart. All right, daily. These are things we're supposed to be focusing on daily, not just on one day of the year. Okay, not just on one day of the year. All high holy days, you take that spirit with you throughout the year. The high holy days is to give you that confidence and to put you in that mind state to put you in a certain spirit, and you carry that spirit with you out throughout the whole year. All right. It says, clean in me. It says, create in me a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within me, man. So that's why the battle axes with fasting, because we want to make the congregation clean. All right. Lord knows what some of the brothers and sisters in the battle axes are dealing with, or in any congregation. You know what? We are going to declare a fast once a month, man. All right. And there's nothing unrighteous about that. All right. It says, cast me not away from thy presence and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Because we don't want the Lord to steal our spirit, man. Because, so, I mean, tell you, I'm trying not to skip forward, but I say that a lot. But, sometimes we're real comfortable and we think we got it, man, when we don't got it, man. All right. The Lord said, ye that stand, take heed that you might fall, man. Hey, man, you just might fall. So you have to stay on top of your stuff. I'm going to tell y'all, brothers and sisters, don't fast to go crying to the Lord when all hell is breaking loose. And we all got that habit. We all got that habit. We up right now. All right. And then when the stuff hit the fan, all right, now we want to fast. Now we want to pray. Come on, brothers and sisters, pray for me. When we supposed to be we supposed to be on top of that already, man. All right, we're supposed to be already praying and fasting, man. Because like I say, you might be up, but man, your brothers and sisters are doing bad, man. All right, you may be up, but your brothers and sisters are doing bad. In fact, let me bring out a precept on that. It's a precept that I've been reading this scripture for a while, but this one part of the scripture, it really hit me, man. You up, man, but your brothers and sisters need that. They need that monthly fast, man. All right, you got brothers and sisters in Israel that need that. All right, that's like I said, that's a great way of giving alms. What's the other word? That's a great way of giving charity, man. All right, this is the book of Isaiah chapter 58. And I'm gonna start at verse 6. It says, is this not the fast that I have chosen to loose the bands of wickedness? And the fast that the Lord has chosen on a base level, it is going to the day of atonement. But this is also, and when you read in Isaiah 58, it's teaching you how to properly fast and not fasting for strife and debate and fasting for the wrong reasons. So the fast that the Lord has shown, this is the proper way that you fast. So basically, you're going to Isaiah 58. All right. It says to loose the bands of wickedness, man. We want to loose these. We got wicked strings and wicked bands attached to us. We got these demons that got damn leashes and cords on us, literally. We had these parasites attached to us, and we want to loose these bands, man. Whatever their brothers and sisters are dealing with, that's why we fast, all right? That's why we fast, and that's why we fast together. Because where there are two or three, all right, paraphrasing it, man, the Lord is in the midst of thee, man. So that's why, we're really pushing this fasting every month as a congregation. All right. So I'm gonna start in my classes on Wednesday when it come around the new moon. I'll let y'all know the day in the chat so y'all can, if y'all brothers and sisters that's online want to fast with us on that day, we can, man. All right. It says to undo the heavy burdens, all the heavy burdens that we have on ourselves, man. All right. All these damn bills piling up. All right. Hey, we go to work and the Esau taking 2/3 of our damn check, man. All right. But before we even get to touch it, basically, man. All right. Before we have anything for ourselves, they go to bills and insurance and all kind of filing in damn madness. All right, all these heavy burdens, man. All right, it says, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke. It says, it is not to deal thy bread to the hungry, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out of thy house. When thou seest thy naked, thou cover him, and thou hide not thy face from thy own flesh. When you see your brothers and sisters naked, when you see your brothers and sisters in sin, when you see your brothers and sisters struggling, that's what verse 7 is going into, man. And this is the point. Like, you may be up, but your brothers and sisters are going through it. And it says, and thou hide not thyself from thy own flesh. You don't hide yourself from your own flesh. Meaning you don't hide yourself from your brothers and sisters that's in this truth. That's your own flesh. That's your flesh. That's your kinfolk, man. Don't hide yourself, man. All right. You see, all hell is breaking loose. Hey, man, we need to get together and do something about it, man. Straight up. Straight up. It ain't no excuse and it ain't no reasons, man. If you really love your brothers, it ain't no reasons. And we're not putting doubt, and we're not doubting brothers and sisters to fast every month. We put no doubt in no brother and sister mind that we fasting every month, because that is a righteous act, man. Like I said, fasting ain't I'm just jumping ahead. I am jumping ahead, but if you just fast on the Day of Atonement as a unit, all right, and that's the only day that you fast throughout the whole year, and that's the only day that you focus on fasting for repentance, that is a very pitiful thing. And that's why the Lord say he's very pitiful, man. When you read Sirach chapter 2 and verse 11, and forgive its sins, man. All right, because the Lord know our mind. You know what? Y'all just fast for this one day and just make the sacrifices. I got you, man. That's the least, man. I'm gonna tell you, that's the very least that we could do, is to keep that high holy day. And when you don't keep that high holy day, like, damn, all I said was fast one day out the year. So the penalty for that is the Lord cutting you out from the congregation. That's the penalty for that, man. But it's a very pitiful thing, man. To have the mind state that the only day that we really, supposed to fast or do this together, y'all know it's the Day of Atonement, which we do know that it's the law that we do that. All right. But when we read in the scriptures, man, we've always went above, man. We all about fasting all the time, man. All the time. The Day of Atonement teaches you how to atone. That's what the Lord put it there for. And you take that high holy day and you damn run with it, man. You run with it all year round, man. When need be. Right? Let me see. I got messages here from Sister Mary Houston. I don't know why they blocked your message out, Sister Mary Houston. All you said was Big Con. All right. But let's get back. I done jumped all ahead, but I guess it was just the spirit. All right. Let's go back to King David. All right. Let's go back to Psalm chapter 51. Psalm chapter 51, and we're going to start at verse 7. Now, we already read 7. We're going to start at verse 12. It says, restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then will I teach transgressors their ways. So we have to make sure that we're clean. I mean, like, our brothers and sisters are teachers on a certain level. Even the sisters, y'all are teachers on certain levels. All right. So in order to teach, you want to make sure that your spirit is right teaching, man. It says, and David said, after you have cleaned me out, Lord. All right. I'm pretty sure David, he was fasting. I got evidence of that. Fasting like he mud. And I don't think it was on the Day of Atonement, man. All right. It says, then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners should be converted unto thee. So our whole main goal is to seal the breaches, man. You want to end it. That's in Isaiah, man. That Isaiah chapter 58 is cold-blooded, teaching you how to properly fast and the reason why you fasting. Because the Lord say, y'all brothers and sisters that fast, you fast for your brothers and sisters. You gather brothers together. Come on, y'all. We're gonna do this together. The Lord call you. The so-called white man at your job might not call you this, but the Lord call you a repairer of breaches. All right, and I can go get it if I want to, if y'all want me to. Y'all that fast and you give charity, all right, and you just push forth the effort, you go above and beyond to repair your nation, to fix things, all right, for the people that you keep the commandments with. The Lord call you a repairer of breaches, man. All right, but let's keep going. So let's just touch on the Passover. Like I said, I did this class once before. It was maybe like 2 years ago. You know, it was more in detail than this one. This one just light and simple. Like I say, the class, Lord willing, it'll be like an hour, really like under an hour. All right, but that's if it's His will, because y'all already know how it go. All right, y'all already know how it go. So let's just touch on the Passover and just a little bit of the spiritual aspects of Passover and how you take these things and you run with it, man, year round, all right? This is Exodus chapter 12, and let's just start at verse 3. All right, let's just read. It says, "Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of the month, they should take to them every man a lamb, according to their house of their fathers, a lamb for an house." Okay, so these things are on a spiritual level. Okay, this lamb, because like I say, taking this year round, it don't mean go and kill a lamb once a month. Nah, that's not what I'm saying. On a spiritual level, that lamb is going into Christ, because you partake of Christ every month. I'm gonna tell you one thing. At Battle Axes, we take we do the breaking of the bread. I don't want to call it communion because that's what the Christian church comes. But every week, the Battle Axes, what we do is we drink a little wine and eat bread, man. We do that ritual, man. All right. That's a Passover ritual that we live all year long. All right. We don't just partake of the lamb, okay? Just doing Passover. Now you take the spiritual things out of it and you implement these things year round if y'all have ears to hear. All right. All right. Well, Prince Stu, we're going into it right now. That's a great question because we're actually going into it. I'm not gonna go into the debt, but Prince Stu, that's a great question because we're actually touching on how you're supposed to institute the Passover right now. All right. Let me keep reading. I'm gonna start over. This is Exodus chapter 12 and verse 3. It says, "Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel in the 10th day of the month." All right, on the 10th day of this month, which is the first month, Adar, okay, which is our new year. All right, which is coming up soon. All right. It says they should take to them every man a lamb according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for a house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the number of souls. Every man according to his eating, ye shall make your account for the lamb. Verse 5, it says, that means, hey, we all supposed to partake of this lamb. We all supposed to partake of Christ. Hey, if you got so much of this knowledge, you need to pass it on to the next household. That's the spiritual aspect of this thing. All right. Hey, we supposed to feed everybody this lamb. All right. Everybody's eating Christ on a spiritual level. Our brother just went into that class not too long ago as well. All right. Verse 5, it says, and this is another great point. It says, your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or of the goat. So it can be a sheep or a goat, but preferably a sheep. Okay, preferably a sheep. Okay. And it says without spot and blemish. Okay, so we know this is a representation of Christ, this lamb. All right, this ultimate sacrifice that we're going to partake of. All right, is without spot and blemish, and we know that Christ is without spot or blemish, a sinless man. All right, the Son of the Most High God, Yahweh. Right. So, and we know that Christ is the master teacher. So we supposed to walk like Christ walked, man. So if Christ was spotless, without blemish, he didn't have. So this lamb either it's all white, it's all brown, it's all black. It's not a multitude. It's like one of them lambs with stripes and patches all on it. All right, you're not bringing in a lamb and one of his eyes are damn missing. All right, you're not bringing in a lamb and he coming in limping. No, the Lord wants you to be a perfect vessel. Just as Christ was a perfect vessel, we're supposed to be like Christ, man. trying to being because we are lamb, we are sheep too. When you read Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 17, all right, Israel are sheep, all right, as well. So when the Lord look at us, He want to look at us without spot and blemish. So these are little things in the Passover you got to take out and implement these things throughout your life, throughout the whole year until next Passover. That's why every year you're supposed to get better and better at keeping the high holy days, because you've been practicing these things. You've been meditating on these things all year, right? And practicing these things all year. All right, let's get Romans chapter 12. Let's get a precept. Let's get Romans chapter 12 and verse 1 real quick, man. All right, Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. Very common precept, all right? It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice. Sacrifice, holy, man. Holy means perfect, man. All right? Holy means clean. Holy means not like the rest. All right? Not damn mixed in diverse doctrines, folly, and madness. That's what being holy is, all right? It says, your body's a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service, man. So our reasonable service is to be like that Passover lamb, man. All right, that's without spot and without blemish. All right, and a lot of us, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna have to drink of that same cup as on Christ, man. So you want to make sure that your stuff is in order, man. Going through the things that we're about to endure. All right. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So every high holy day is just a renewing of mind. It's a renewing of spirit. And you take that renewing of spirit, like that, it's a secret. It's a secret on what's going to keep you alive and what's keeping you going all year. You don't have to just do it then. You don't just have to do it then. And you take these things you're doing throughout the year, man. All right? That is very powerful. It says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God, man. So just keep these things in mind. So let's jump over. Exodus 12, let's jump down to 18. All right. So this is it. Okay. So Exodus 12 and 18, and it reads, in the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at evening, you should eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at evening. So on this day is the beginning of the Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Okay? And the Feast of Unleavened Bread, man. So do y'all brothers and sisters know why we ate unleavened bread? Why did we eat unleavened bread? If anybody could just, it ain't got to be a deep, you ain't got to put a precept. It ain't got to be nothing deep. All right? And what does leaven represent? Because right here, we can see, all right, the Lord is going to make a big deal about this. Man, leaven is a big similitude, man. All right, leaven is a big similitude for sin. All right, leaven is a similitude for sin, man. All right, and we ate unleavened bread because when we was in the Exodus, we didn't have time to put leaven in the bread. We had to get the heck out of there, man. We had to get out of there. We were on the go. All right. So that's on, one reason why we didn't have leaven in the bread, because we were on the run. All right. But let's keep reading. It says on verse 19. Well, I'm going to read 18 again. It says, in the first month of the 14th day of the month, at evening, you should eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. So we have to keep this high holy day on this day. Okay? It says, 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leaven, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born of the land. So if you don't keep this high holy day, the Lord will cut you off on this day or on this week at this time, man. Yeah, living in sin. Brother Lamar. Leaven is a representation of living in sin. All right. I'm gonna read verse 20. It says, and ye should eat nothing leavened in all your habitations. Ye should eat unleavened bread, man. So it's a representation of getting rid of the leaven, man. Getting the leaven out of your body, getting the sin out of your body, man. All right. getting a sin. Elamius. I'm not sure. Prince Stu. I'm not sure. Just be real with you. I'm not sure. All right, but let's keep pushing, man. Let's get a precept on it. Let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 58. Elimus. I'm not sure on Helimus or Elimus is. I'm not sure. All right. But if you can maybe later on I can look it up. If you put the precept wherever you see that name, and we can find out. We can definitely find out. All right. Let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 5. Let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 5. Let's get a precept on that, all right, on 11. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 5. It says, to deliver such an one unto Satan for the destruction of the flesh, that the spirit may be saved in the day of the Lord Yahushua. All right. It says, your glorying is not good. Ye know not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. So a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. Then that's why, as a congregation, like I say, I'm gonna start letting y'all know the day is between every month. Hey man, we're gonna fast because they said a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. So like you, a little leaven leavening the whole. All you need is a little leaven, and that whole piece of bread gonna blow up, man. All hell is breaking loose. All right. So you take things from the Passover, and you see right here, even Paul, this is Exodus talk, man. All right. It says your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaveneth the whole lump, man. So it's good to get the leaven out. You don't wait to Passover to try to get the leaven out, man. Spiritually, because leaven is a representation of sin. We don't wait to Passover to do that. We learn from Passover. Hey, we supposed to be watching out for leaven weekly, man. All right. And then the Day of Atonement, the Lord give you all these weapons and you put them together. It's like a well-oiled machine. And then the Day of Atonement show you a way to remove the unleavened, man. To take the leaven out by fasting and praying. But we ain't got there yet. Verse 7, it says, purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, man. And when we see brothers and sisters being afflicted, all hell is breaking loose. Hell, it might not be Passover, but we got to get the damn leaven out, man. We're not playing the games, man. I can't say, well, man, like we really know that the leaven, we do that during Passover, but hey, man, this is the stuff we practice every day, man. Every day. All right, the Lord gave us these high holy days and implement these things to keep in our spirit for every day. Every day. And when we're struggling, we go back and we perform that thing. All right. Verse 7 from the top, it says, purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Christ is our Passover, is sacrificed for us, man. You see that? It says, therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven. All right. It said, keep the feast, man. This is going into Passover, but it's not just going into Passover. Because are you supposed to bring leaven into the new moon? Hell no. You don't bring leaven and bad attitudes into the new moon, man. So you got to purge them things out. You implement things from Passover for the new moon, right? You implement things from the Passover for the Sabbath day, man. Every Sabbath is a refreshing or a renewing, man. Right? It says, therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth, man. You see that? So that's why our name is lesson. Live high holy days daily, man. All right. Don't ever let somebody tell you, all right, that hey man, really this is only for this day, but I guess it's all right, to go ahead and do it. I guess it's all right. Nah, this is the day now, man. We supposed to be doing it, man. It ain't, I guess it's all right, Nah, these are the tools that the Lord gave us to live, man, that we just read in 2 Ezra chapter 7 and verse 21. We read in Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8, man. All right. But let's keep pushing forward. So we touched on Passover. let's touch on this first fruits, man. Even first fruits, man. All right, it's a little bit of reading. I'm gonna do just a little bit. All right, because we're supposed to always be giving the Lord our first fruits. Now, how we learn how to give the Lord the first fruits is doing the feast of first fruits, man. All right, is doing it. That's how we learn how to do these things. And you take that and you run with that thing every single day, man. You run with that every day, and you keep that in your spirit every day, man. And if you're struggling with that, like, damn, I haven't been giving the Lord my first. When you meditate on it, that's why Joshua 1:8 say, man, meditate on the law day and night, and then you should have good success. All right, in doing what's right, man. Have good success in pleasing the Most High God. We're not trying to please ourselves. All right, you can never go far enough for the Lord, man. We can't be mediocre in this truth. All right, I have had my times I was mediocre. All right, hey, I needed this monthly fast because I got kind of mediocre. And the Lord ain't dealing with mediocrity, or whatever you want to call it. I probably made that up. All right, but the Lord ain't dealing with that, man. All right, the Lord said even the righteous were scarcely made it. So the Lord said, make your election sure. All right, it's not a sin to implement. Hey, everybody, let's do this together. You kind of force it. Yeah, y'all, let's do it. Come on, everybody, like, come on, let's do it. Let's do it, man. That's not evil, man. All right, that's not an evil thing. All right, hey, man, the Lord is proud to see those type things, man. Like, damn, Battle Axes, they fast every month together. I'm pretty sure there's other congregations doing things like that. All right, I'm just saying we're doing it because we want to move up to the next level, man. Can't just be staying on, man. We have to keep growing. We don't hit a spiritual seed and just stay there, man. Every congregation, we want to grow. We want to make sure that we're growing within ourselves. Grow. First of all, you got to have yourself in order, and then your household got to be in order, and then it branches out to the congregation, man. All right, it branches out to the congregation. So let's use the first fruits for example in offering your first fruits to the Lord. This is Leviticus chapter 23. I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest," man. So in the carnal mind, you're like, okay, well, this is when they first got to their land, and we took it over, and we got the harvest. Yeah, the Lord did this for us, so we're gonna harvest the crops and give the Lord our first fruits of the crops, which is true. But this is spiritual too, because right now we're coming back into our spiritual land. Got to understand, Israel was a people before it was a land. We are the land. Wherever we are the land, man. All right. So right now, us coming back into this truth, the Lord has given us our knowledge and wisdom back, man. The Lord has given us our strength back. The Lord is showing us who we are. All right. That's coming back into the land, man. We're coming back right now. All right. These things, I want to say, these things are spiritual. All right. It says, when ye come into the land which I give you, ye shall reap the harvest thereof. Then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest, and he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it, and ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf a he lamb without blemish. It's going back to that lamb without blemish. It's going back to that he lamb without blemish. So even when you're reading first fruits, it's going back to the Exodus, man. All these high holy days link up somehow. So your first fruits you want to give without spot and without blemish as well, man. This is going into you. You are that first fruit. You are that tree. You are that crop. You are that plant. So you have to examine yourself and see what kind of fruit that you are producing. All right. What's the saying? It says you declare what tree it is by the fruit that it produced. Basically, I done chopped that all up, but y'all know what I mean. All right. It says, I'm gonna read that one more time, verse 12. All right, it says, and you shall offer that day when ye wave a sheaf and he lamb without blemish of the first year of a burnt offering of the Lord, man. And then going into the burnt offerings, that's Sirach chapter 35, because we don't do burnt offerings no more. But we do spiritual burnt offerings though, all right? We're gonna touch on that later. But let's get a little bit deeper with the first fruits. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 26. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 26, and we're gonna start at verse 2. Let's just go touch on the first fruits just a little bit, and then we're gonna jump on down to the last part of this lesson, which is the Day of Atonement. I kind of already went out throughout that already, but we're gonna touch on the precepts. All right. Deuteronomy chapter 26 and verse number 2. All right, and it reads that thou shalt take of the first fruit all the fruit of the earth which thou shalt bring of thy land to the Lord thy God giveth thee, the land that the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shall put it in a basket, and shall go unto the place which the Lord thy God shall choose to place his name there. Okay, we keep reading. All right, we're gonna keep reading for a little bit. All right, verse 3 it says, and thou shalt go unto the priest that shall be in those days, and say unto him, I profess this day unto the Lord thy God, that I am come unto the country which the Lord sware unto our fathers for to give us. And the priest shall take the basket out of thy hand and set it down before the altar of the Lord thy God, man. It kind of reminds you of Cain and Abel, man. All right. Hell, that just hit me. The first fruits. Look, this is another proof. This is proof that the laws and statutes and commandments wasn't just taught to Israel. The laws, statutes, and commandments didn't come around with just when the 12 tribes came. Cain and Abel were keeping the first fruits, right? Do we need to go get the precepts? Cain and Abel was keeping first fruits, all right? Let's keep reading. Verse 5 it says, and thou shalt speak and say before the Lord thy God, a Syrian ready to perish was my father, and he went down into Egypt and sojourned there with a few, and became there a nation great, mighty, and populous. And the Egyptians evil entreated us and afflicted us and laid upon us hard bondage. And we cried unto the Lord, God of our fathers, and God heard our voice and looked on our affliction, our labor, and our oppression. Like I said, man, the Lord is very pitiful toward us, man. He pities his children, man. Look at him crying. Y'all ever seen your baby crying and he just looks so pitiful? Man, it's just like, damn, damn. I just feel for him. You got that little special place for him, man. All right. That's why he implemented these high holy days, man. All right. To give us a way out, all right, to give us a way to come back. But let's keep reading. Y'all. It says, and the Lord brought us forth out of Egypt with a mighty hand, and with the outstretched arm, and with great terribleness, and with signs, and with wonders, man. You know how the Lord destroyed those Egyptians wonderfully, man. Those plagues were wonderful, man. All right. Verse 9, it says, and he had brought us into this place, and have given us this land, even a land that flowed with milk and honey. And now, behold, I have bought the first fruits of the land, which thou, O Lord, has given me. The Lord has given us the commandments back, showing us who we who we are, what we're supposed to be doing. All right. So now we got those materials, and we're prospering off those things. We have to give the Lord our own. We have to give the Lord our first. We can't just do nothing. We can't gain this knowledge and then just don't do anything, man. Hey, brothers should be out there passing out flyers or doing classes or something, man. Something, man. All right. Hey, brothers might, brothers say, hey, brother might just want to make a post. Go on Instagram or whatever for social media platform. Facebook, and just make a post, man. All right, you have to give your first fruits, not just at this time of year, but this is a yearly thing. All right, it says, and now behold, I have brought the first fruits of the land, which thou, O Lord, hast given me, and thou shalt set it before the Lord God, and worship before the Lord thy God, and thou shalt rejoice in every good thing which the Lord thy God has given unto thee, man. Now that's why when you get your parent, I know it'd be hard sometimes. It shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, we all guilty of it. Hey, when it comes time to break arms, man, hey man, you gotta give arms, man. before you pay a bill, and I'm not saying you have to give a whole bunch of money, but just give what you can before you pay. But man, before I pay any bill, I go to that Cash App. I go to that GoFundMe, which is in the description below, and I send my alms, man. I give my first fruit. The Lord say the first fruit of the land. So this land that we in, being Babylon, and this, ultimately is going to Israel, going to us. All right. Hey, send your first, man. Hell, whether it be $5, $10, 20. I'm just saying 100, 500. If you got it like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for money. I'm just saying whatever what you're capable of. Y'all know what y'all are capable of. Hey, there's a just balance to everything. Yeah, balance out. Don't be a damn fool. But there's a just balance to everything, man. You give your first to the Lord, not just doing this high holy day, but year round, and you take that spirit and you run with it year round. Verse 11, this is the last verse on this. It says, and thou shalt rejoice in every good thing which the Lord thy God has given thee, and unto thy house, thou and the Levite and the stranger that is among you. Okay? Let's get one more precept on the first fruits. I'm going to show y'all because y'all are the first fruit, man. All right? And y'all, even your fruit, you don't want your fruits to have spots and blemishes. All right, you don't want your fruit to have spots and blemishes on it, man. Y'all ever get an apple and it got that little rotten piece, or get that damn banana and it, got that little soft spot in it. All right, you don't want to offer that. You don't want to give that kind of sacrifice to the Lord. All right, like that fruit is going to you. You don't want to be a banana with that damn black soft spot in it, man. Right? Let's so like it. Let's get the book of James. Let's get the book of James chapter 1, y'all. James chapter 1 and verse number 17. All right. And it reads, it says, every good gift and every perfect gift is from above and coming down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning, man. So the Lord ain't the Lord ain't double-minded, man. All right, that's going into. All right, and the Lord, it said every good gift is from above, man. All right, it says of his own will beget he us with the word of truth, that we shall be a kind of first fruits of his creature, man. The Israelites, man, we are first fruits, man. It says that we should be a kind of first fruits of his creatures, man. Of all the creatures created on the earth, we can get that in 2nd Ezra chapter 5, man. Like the Lord's favorite, man. We are the first fruits of his creation, the Israelites, man. So you want to be a ripe, clean fruit. You don't want that fruit with the damn, with the pesticides all on it, with damn worms and stuff in it, man. All right. Let's move on. So like I say, the name of this class is High Holy Days Every Day. Live High Holy Days daily, man. Live High Holy Days daily. All right, let's get Leviticus. Now, let's touch on the Day of Atonement. Like I said, we kind of touched on it. We're just going to kind of run through it real quick. All right, we're going to run through it real quick. We have 53 minutes, man. We have good time right now. All right. The Day of Atonement is about afflicting your soul. The Day of Atonement is about repentance. The Day of Atonement shows you what to do for repentance, man. The Day of Atonement shows you how to atone for your sins, man. All right. Now, we have to keep this day in this ordinance, though. You have to keep it as the ordinance. But those acts that you do, you can do those acts and take the spiritual side of it and do that all year round when need be. When need be, man. All right. The law is our teacher, man. All right. And like I say, it teaches us how to live. I don't know what y'all talking about in here. Oh, y'all in there battling King James. I don't know what's going on down there right now, man. Anyways, but let's get to it. The last part of this lesson, man, we're going to just touch on the Day of Atonement. We're going to get the spiritual aspects of it and how we live this thing daily. All right. This is the book of Leviticus chapter 23, and we're going to start at verse number 26. Okay. And it reads, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, also on the 10th day of the 7th month, on the 10th day of this 7th month, there should be a day of atonement. It should be a holy convocation unto you. You should afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it's the day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God. For whatsoever soul it be that shall be afflicted. Now, this part right here is why I say these high holy days, you have to keep them on this day. Make sure you don't miss this day. Even if you are afflicting your soul throughout the year, just because you afflict your soul throughout the year, you could, how many days in the year? 300 and what? How many days are on the year, y'all? So like 300 and what? It's like 390 some days in a year. Okay, but point being, you could afflict your soul 300 days in a year, right? And then when that day of atonement come, all right, 365. Thank you, brother Lamar. Thank you, all right. Thank you, Sister Mary Houston. Thank you, brother Keith. All praise to the Most High. All right, so you could afflict your soul 364 days in a year. You better make sure on this day you do this, all right? And this is why. All right, and this is why. Verse 28, it says, verse 29 says, for whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he should be cut off from among his people. So yeah, make sure you keep the Day of Atonement on this day. And that is that's what a whole nation fasts all together. That's a powerful thing when the whole nation, that's a pleasing thing to the Lord when he see his whole nation bow down and afflict themselves, man. The Lord get off on it, man. I'm keeping the PG, man, but the Lord get off on it, man. Seeing this whole nation on this one day on one accord, bowing down and worshiping and afflicting their souls, man, the Lord hit it. So the Lord is showing you, you can take that peace. Hey, everybody, Battle Axes. Hey, look, once a month, we're going to afflict our souls together. Just one day out of the month. Out of what, 30 and 31 days, a lot of brothers don't fast at all. One day out of 4 weeks. That's not a burden, man. And if a brother got a problem with that, hey, man, that's a spirit, man. That's a demon, man. If any brother got a problem with fasting, man, I mean, a lot of us do struggle. Sometimes, Satan get in my head, nah, don't fast today, Just do it tomorrow. Then tomorrow come. Just do it the next day. Just, just wait till next week. Your mind will be right. And then that cycle just keep going on. Next thing you know, it be damn 2 months and you ain't fasting, man. So I know how it is, and that's why. All right. And so that's why I'm just letting brothers and sisters know, hey, at the beginning of every month, we're gonna try to keep this thing rolling. This is a tradition that we're gonna try to keep within our congregation. All right. Let's get Sirach chapter 2 and verse 10 real quick. I had kind of quoted it earlier. All right. Let's get Sirach chapter 2 and verse 10. All right. And it's just going how, and I'm gonna tell y'all, because even the Day of Atonement, that's just because the Lord could have been like 3 days. The Lord could have easily been like, hey, 3 days, afflict your soul. The Lord could have did that. The Lord could have did, and the Lord is justifying in all that he do. The Lord could have made it 3 days. We're like, these Negroes, they gonna pass out, they're gonna cry. You know what? The Lord is pitiful toward us, man. And y'all got to be able to see that in the spirit, man. That's why he chose that one day. Okay, y'all fast this day. But, man, we supposed to be fasting all the time, though. We supposed to be fasting all the time. Hey, if you ain't fasting, if you ain't fasting, man, hey, look, you ain't going to make it without fasting. I'm going to just be real with you. All right? A lot of people think they are, but you're not. All right? This is Sirach chapter 2. In verse 11, it says, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy. This like the Lord is full of compassion and mercy. Like I said, a lot of these high holy days are to implement mercy and compassion for his children, man. To give them a way back, man. All right, to give them a way back. It says, for the Lord is full of compassion, mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful. It says the Lord is very pitiful. Man, y'all look that word up, man. I looked the word pitiful up, man. All right. The Lord is pitiful toward us, man. The Lord pity us, man. So the least that we can do, Get together on this one day and fast. Because I know y'all gonna have a problem doing these things, these type things throughout the year, because we can't get on one accord, you know. The Lord said, okay, this one day, man, y'all get together on this one day and just make sure y'all do it on this one day. How much more would the Lord, man, do y'all think that the Lord would frown and hate the fact that, okay, damn, man, my children doing this every month. Every month they afflicting their souls together. And like I say, even us doing this now, you go into the scriptures. There's hundreds of accounts. Our forefathers and foremothers use fasting. That is one of our major tools, man. That's one of the major swords and weapons that we use, of the defense that we use all the time. All the time. Fasting is a common thing. Fasting is common, man, to an Israelite. And this is another reason why, because I'm gonna tell you, because it's brothers and sisters that they really struggle with this. I got one brother, you know. I said, hey brother, you are ready to fast? And he was kind of like, you know, I ain't gonna say bugging, but like, damn, how I'm gonna do this? What I need to do? This is like, damn, you know. So we need to be examples for each other. These are, man, we're supposed to be teaching each other how to do these things, man. We're supposed to be teaching us how to. What better way to teach our brothers and sisters how to fast and we all fasted together? I'm gonna tell you, today was beautiful. This is the first day we did this. All the brothers, we calling each other on the phone, checking on each other. Brothers, we got a group chat, man. They flood the group chat with scriptures. Brothers calling, I'm picking up the phone. You know what I'm saying? All these good things, man. We doing this together. It's brothers. I'm gonna tell y'all. I had a brother. I ain't gonna say who he is. I had a brother, and man, look, them demons did not want this brother to fast. All right, this brother went to sleep and woke up coughing. We just woke up coughing. Like, damn, coughing, coughing, and you know, he took a little cough syrup and drank a little water. He had been fasting for about 4 hours. So brother kind of started over. I said, bro, forget it. Start over and just keep pushing. But I told him that's Satan. I told him that that's Satan. And the brother, he need brothers to be with him, because I experience that all the time. Right before I fast, my throat get itchy. I might not need to, because I might need to take medicine. I'm going to just wait. Man, that'd be Satan, man. The Lord to give Satan dominion over your body, just to see what you're going to, just see if you're going to push through. I'm talking about that. These things happen. I said, all right, that's Satan. I'm going to tell you another thing I told me. I told me he had a dream, right? That he was eating chips. And he said when he woke up, he could literally taste the chips and smell it. Man, that happened to me so many times. Only when I'm fasting. And I'm eating, and it's always chips or something, and I could literally taste it in my damn, I could literally taste the chips in my damn mouth, man. And I could smell it. When I wake up, I could smell it, man. And I wake up upset. I'm like, damn, I broke my fast, and I realized it was a dream, man. It was all a dream. Like Biggie say, it was all a dream. So that's why these things are important to do as a congregation, man. Brothers and sisters, we can't ignore these things, just put it from not like it's a small thing. This is a big deal, man. All right, this is a big deal, man. You know, we're teaching each other how to fast and how to endure, because the times are coming. Hey, things gonna be hard. Food is gonna be scarce, and we're supposed to be okay because we're fasters, man. Hey, these Muslims, these Islam, they damn mocking us. They damn fast from doing Ramadan. This is what they call a fast. They fast from morning to evening, like a 12-hour period, and then they run and start. I used to work second shift at this FedEx place. I used to fix phones there. And I'm gonna lock you up. Don't start barking. But I used to fix phones there. So all the Muslims, as soon as they 12 hours was done, you would see them run. It's a herd of them running. Oh, I got to get to the kitchen. And they are, oh, I'm so hungry, man. Like, come on, man. Man, we fast for days, man. All right. These are normal things for us, and we got to get back to that, man. Especially if we want to prosper. We're dealing with all these demons and spirits. Hey, man, we got to throw up a fast. Not just one of us, man. Think about 50 or 60, 70 people fasting together on one accord, man. You think the Lord ain't gonna hear that thing, man? You know what I'm saying, man, brothers and sisters, man, we gotta step up. We're getting at the end of that, man. Things are getting worse on the earth, man. This ain't the time to be chill. This ain't the time to be chilling, man. This is not the time to be chilling, laid back. It's all right. We really ain't got to do that, man. No, man. We need to be going hard right now, man. Jacob's trouble's coming, and ice is coming for y'all black ass too. Excuse my language, man. Ice is coming for y'all too, man. All right. Shalom. Is that Adaya? Is that Sister Adaya? Is that Sister Adaya? That Israel to Shalom Badass fan. I still. Oh, yeah, that is sis. Shalom, sis. Shalom. All right. But we at the end of this lesson. Let's go ahead and go back to Sirach chapter 2. Sirach chapter 2 and verse 11. It says, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction, man. So the Lord always have everybody back, man. In fact, let's touch King David real quick, man. Watch this. And this is why we fast early. Man, David made a great point, man. King David made a great point, because I'm going to tell y'all, like in 2 Samuel chapter 12, when the Lord took his son after him committing adultery and damn murdering his damn brother, all right, you know, that King David went off, man. And just the compassion and the mercy had for David, because he didn't put David to death, because you know the penalty for adultery is death. And when you murder your brother, that's a double damn life sentence. That's damn double death, man. All right, but the Lord still had compassion on David. The Lord still jacked David up, though. Actually, that's why the kingdom got split. It started there. All right. 2 Samuel chapter 12. Let's just start at verse 13. Watch this. Peep this. It says, and David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. And Nathan said unto David, the Lord also put away thy sin, that thou shalt not die. You see, the Lord say he told Nathan to David, hey, I put away your sin to where you ain't die, because you're supposed to get stoned to death. All right. It says, howbeit, because by this deed thou hast given great occasion to our enemies of the Lord to blaspheme. All right. It says, the child also that is born unto thee shall surely die. So that child that Bathsheba and King David had, man, King David loved that baby, man. The Lord said, you know what, you ain't gonna die, but I'm gonna snatch your child from you. I'm gonna snatch your child because of your sins that you committed, man. So we have to keep these things in order. Yeah, yes, about it. Well, actually, about it, David paid for it. He paid for it in his lifetime, and then about it, it did run throughout his lineage. Yeah, that thing is probably still hitting us like right now. It is hitting us right now. Yes, he paid for it. Himself and his bloodline paid for it also, and that's heavy as hell, man. Y'all gotta understand, man. Just imagine you did something to get your kids cursed, and their kids cursed, and your great-grandchildren cursed because of what you did, man. That's how heavy this thing is, all right? But let's keep reading. It says, and Nathan departed unto his house, and the Lord struck the child that Uriah's wife bare unto David. All right, it says, and it was very sick. And David therefore besought God for the child, and David fasted. You see that? So David fasted, man. David going hard. He's going hard. He's not eating. He's not drinking. He fasted when all hell is breaking loose, man. All right. So, but the end part is going to be cold-blooded. It's going to be cold, y'all. I was reading this. I'm like, damn, I never saw this in the scriptures. But watch this. And I'm going to say this. Don't just fast when all hell breaking loose. Fast in the future to keep you in the spirit, man. All right. It says, and when you fast early, you already have blessings stored up. So when all hell breaking loose, whatever you ask for the Lord, he's just throwing it out to you. He's throwing it out to you because you've been fasting your ass off already. You fasting during the good times and the bad times, man. All right. It says, and David fasted and went in and lay all night upon the earth. And the elders of the house arose and went unto him to raise him up from the earth. But he would not, neither did he eat bread with them, man. So he fasted. He laid on the ground. I'm going to tell y'all, I got so messed up like that. It's something happened to me in the truth. And like I said, the Lord will jack you up to where there is no remedy. and I literally hit the floor, man. Like these things happen. I'm pretty sure y'all all have been there some point of your life. You hit the floor. There's nothing your mama can do about it. Your daddy, your sister, nobody can do about it. You messed up that damn bad, man. It just makes you want to lay down on the floor, not in the bed on the damn floor. All right. It says, and it came to pass on the 7th day that the child died, and the servants of David feared to tell him that the child was dead. For they said, behold, while the child was yet alive, we spake unto him, and who had not hearkened to our voice. So they was David's servants would come in and like, Lord, get up, Lord. You know you're gonna eat. And David just ain't saying nothing. He got an attitude. Well, he just say he's sad. He's weeping. He just wouldn't say nothing. Just laying on the floor. All right. It says, and he would not hearken unto our voice. How would he then vex himself if we tell him that the child is dead? So they were afraid of David because they were scared that he might hurt himself, man, when they let him know, hey, man, the child had died already. But when David saw that the servants whispered, David perceived that the child was dead. Therefore, David said unto his servants, is the child dead? And they said, he is dead. All right. So the child died. Then David arose from the earth and washed and anointed himself and changed his apparel and came unto the house of the Lord and worshiped. All right. And that's the spirit we got to have, man. A just man follow, but he get the hell back up. Man, David got it. David, he prayed, he fasted. I'm going to tell you, because sometimes you can pray and fast and it ain't the outcome that you want. But the Lord going to give you the outcome that you deserve, man. But the Lord got you. David got up, man, and worship the Lord after that, man. A lot of people get up, I don't believe in God no more. You got an attitude toward God because stuff didn't go your way. I mean, Israel are literally spoiled brat. We're literally spoiled brats. If the Lord had gave you your damn way, you'll probably keep going the hell off, man. You think you can keep doing certain things, all right? But let me keep reading. All right. Verse 20 from the top, it says, then David arose from the earth and washed and anointed himself and changed his apparel and came into the house of the Lord and worshiped. Then he came to his house, and when he required that they set bread before him, he did eat. This is the part right here that stumped me, y'all. Watch this. It says, then said his servant unto him, what thing is this that thou hast done? Thou did fast and weep for the child while he was alive. But when the child was dead, thou didst rise and eat bread. So normally, y'all, when somebody passed, you would fast. That's when we normally fast. Oh, somebody passed, you would rent your garment. You would rent your garment, man. You would rent your garment and you would fast when somebody would die. But David did the opposite. Their servants, like, they were confused. Like, damn, while the child was alive, you didn't eat bread, you know, just kind of chill. But when the baby died, you got up and started eating. You washed your face, you got back clean, anointed yourself, and started eating. Why you do that? Let's find out why. This is David's answer. All right. His answer in verse 23, it says, but now, go back up, verse 22, it says, and he said, while the child was yet alive, I fasted and wept. For I said, who could tell whether God would be gracious to me that the child may live, man? You see that? So that's why we kind of fast. That's why I say fast for the future, man. Because who may tell that the Lord will be gracious to you or not, man? You don't know man, think about all the sins and the wickedness that you've done in your life. Have you truly paid for all these things? Think about the sins and things that you heap up daily. Sometimes we sin ignorantly, and sometimes we just slip up and we do some willful ass sin at some damn time. We just fall into temptation. Think about these things, man. All right? There's this code he said. He says, while the child was yet alive, I fasted and wept. For I said, who can tell me whether God will be gracious to me that the child may live, man? So, like I say, even if the child had to live, the Lord might have killed David, man. We always have a reason to fast, man. We always have a reason to get together, even every month, together as a congregation and fast together, man. Fasting for your brothers. So there's always reason. Yes, we all know that the Day of Atonement is the day we all fast as a congregation together, man. We know that, All right, and we honor that day. But that day teaches us, how we should conduct ourselves in our daily lives. All hell is breaking loose. Let me get a precept. Let me get Isaiah chapter 42. I like this one. Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 25. All right. Book of Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 25. It says, therefore, he had poured. I'm going to start at verse 24. It says, who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to robbers? Did not the Lord, he against whom we have sinned? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. All right, so the Lord, the one that gave us, we always blame the white man. The Lord gave us up for damn robbers, for robbers and a spoil, man. All right, the Lord gave us up to be spoiled and ravished, man. All right, because we're not obedient. It says, therefore, he had poured upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and it has set him on fire round about. Lord said, I set these Negroes on fire round about. All hell breaking loose. One brother getting put out, this other brother this and that. One brother fell out the truth behind a woman. All hell is damn breaking loose all around. The Lord has literally set a fire round about. All right. Let's keep reading. And the Lord has set him on fire round about, yet he knew not. Listen, it says, yet he knew not, and it burned him, man. I'm talking about getting towed up, man. Things that happen to us, things that happen to our brothers and sisters in a congregation, it happens to you. We feel it. God, one brother with financial problem, man, we all feel that, man. We all feel that. And we might not have the funds just to help this brother or sister how they need that help. But one thing we can do is get together as a unit and fast. Let's try that. How about that? Get together as a unit and actually fast as a unit every month, man. And that's why the Battle Axes are implementing this, man. It's not to say the Day of Atonement is done away with. Nah, that ain't what we saying. It's saying we finna step it up. The Lord gave us the tools that we need, and we finna start applying it. All right, we finna start applying it. The Lord say it has set him on fire round about, and he knew it not, man. Just like a baby standing in some ants. The baby like, I'm itching, and he crying. The baby standing in the damn ant pile, man. All right. It says, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. So when we see all hell breaking loose all around us, my life might be all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of stable. I'm doing okay for myself. But my brothers and my sisters, not just one. Damn, a lot of people all around me getting towed up, man. That's where that's where the charity come in, man. I gotta fast for my brothers and sisters, not just for myself. All right. I don't mind missing a meal one day out of the month. Hey, everybody, let's get together. Let's miss this meal and save our brothers and sisters, man. All right. Yeah, we at the end, y'all. We at the very end. Hey, and even Judith, all right. We ain't gotta go to it, but even Judith, you know, after her husband died, man, our mighty foremother, man, she fasted every day. She fasted every day, man. That sister needed that, man. It kept the spirits off of her for damn sure, man. And she just wanted to give her body up a living sacrifice for the Lord. That's how you be a lamb without spot and blemish, man. All right. She fasted every day except for Sabbaths and new moons. Imagine that. You fasting, and then Sabbath come. That's the only day you eat. And then right when the sun set Saturday, fasting. Man, that's cold-blooded, man. I ain't gonna lie. New moon come. She stopped fasting. Passover come, feast on unleavened bread, she stopped fasting. That's the only time Judah stopped fasting. But all them other regular days, she fasting, man. That's a lot of fasting, bro. I'm just saying, these things are, man, we should be with, we do that, man. We shouldn't fear it. We shouldn't have fear. All right. Let's get started at chapter 35, y'all. Look, I got a few more precepts. You know, I'm gonna skip at 35. But hey, just know the sacrifices we give now are spiritual. We don't burn animals, but we give up our bodies as a living sacrifice. We give alms as a sacrifice. We keep the commandments as a sacrifice. We go above and beyond. That's how we make sacrifices. All right, those are the mighty sacrifices that we make. We give our first fruits, not just on one day, but all year. That's a sacrifice. All right. Let's get Isaiah chapter 55 real quick, y'all. It's a few more. Isaiah chapter 55. Isaiah chapter 55 and Isaiah 55 and verse 1, it says, ho, everyone that thirsteth, it said ho, H-O, all right, it says, ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye, buy and eat, ye come, buy wine, milk without money and without price. And I brought this out because, hey, man, this word is free. Man, these commandments are given to it. Man, we came to this knowledge. Man, we can eat as much of it as we want. We can eat as much of these commandments as we want. It's a damn buffet. It's free, man. The Lord that gave us this knowledge, we supposed to eat. We supposed to eat, man. I'm not going to tell a brother, nah, hey, we really supposed to just eat on this day. Nah, man, the Lord gave us this thing to eat, man. To eat thereof, man. All right? I just want to touch on that. Let's get Sirach chapter 5. One more precept after this. One more precept after this and the law. We up out of here. Hey, man, you can never go far enough for the Lord, man. All right? This is Sirach chapter 5 and verse number 4. It says, say not, I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering. He will in no wise let thee go, man. So y'all just know those little things, those little things that we've done. Brother, put Luke chapter 5, verse 33. I'm finna go get that. All right. It says, say not, I have sinned, and what harm have happened unto me? For the Lord is long suffering. He will in no wise let thee go, man. All right. So I know me personally, little things that I struggle with. All right. Hey, I got it. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm not quick to go and do certain things because I know that my judgment is coming, man. And if I am struggling with something, I need to deal with it by fasting. All right. Let's go back. Verse 5, it says, concerning appropriation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin, man. We can't be without fear. Okay, we can't be without fear, man. I'm always afraid that I'm not doing enough, man, and not being comfortable. Not being comfortable and not being damn mediocre. Like I started off in the beginning of this video. I've caught myself being mediocre as hell, man. All right. And that's not the spirit to have, man. All right. It says, and say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified by the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation rested upon sinners. So that's why we have to make sure as a body we stay clean. We stay clean as a body. All right. Watching over brothers and sisters, man. Right? Verse 7, it says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord and put not off from day to day. Like I say, hell, put off from day to day. Yeah, I'm going to fast this day. And then you don't do it. Satan gets you, you know what I'm saying? And this is me. I just do it the next day, because Tuesday is normally the day that I fast anyway, because it's Monday. Tuesday normally the day I fast. I'm going to wait Tuesday. Tuesday, because you know what? I'm going to just wait Wednesday because, I got the rest of the week. I can just start. Then Wednesday come Thursday. It's the same damn thing. Then you get to Thursday and you be like, well, damn, I don't want to fast till the Sabbath. So this and that. You know what? I'm going to just wait next week and my mind will be ready. It'll be the same damn cycle over and over and over again. Right? The same cycle over and over again. All right. Shalom, Yakal. All right. It says, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security. My brothers and sisters are secure, and they're very sure of themselves. It says, thou shalt be destroyed. It says, and perish in the day of vengeance, man. So we just want to make sure that we on top of our stuff, man. Let's go back and get that precept. Let's go back and get Luke chapter 5, verse 33 real quick. Let's go back and get that. The book of Luke, chapter 5. Luke chapter 5 and verse 33. It says, and they said unto him, why do they make thy disciples? It says, and they said unto him, I was going to put this in class. It says, and they said unto him, why do the disciples of John fast often? And to make prayers likewise the disciples of the Pharisees. But thine eat and drink. It says, and likewise the disciples of the Pharisees, but dine, eat, and drink. Like, so they basically asked Christ, okay, why do our disciples fast, but your disciples, they just eating and drinking? They just eating and drinking, right? And he said unto them, can ye make the children of the bridegroom fast while the bridegroom is with them? Right? It says, but the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken away from them. Then they should fast in those days, man. All right. And right now, Christ is not with us here on this earth, man. All right. And all hell is breaking loose. We're waiting on our King to come back, man. All right. The Lord say that, okay, I'm with them then. They good. But when I'm taken away, then my servants will fast. I'm kind of jumping ahead. That's a great precept. All right, verse 36, it says, and he spake also a parable unto them. No man putteth a new garment upon an old, man. All right, it says, if otherwise, then both the new maketh a rent, and the piece that was taken out of the new agreeth not with the old, man. All right, so even when fasting, man, okay, you want to make your, you want to get your mind right, man. All right, let me get another precept on that. Let me get Sirach chapter 35 real quick. All right. You don't want to fast for strife and debate, right? Let's get Sirach chapter 35. All right, just touching on that. I started to bring this out early too. Sirach chapter 35, 34. Sirach chapter 34. All right, it says, with one prayeth and another curseth, whose voice will the Lord hear? When he washes himself after he touching of a dead body, and he touches again, what availeth his washing? It says, so is with a man that fasteth for his sins, and goeth again and doeth the same, who will hear his prayer, or what doeth his humbling profit him, man. All right. So even in these things, man, we want to make sure that we getting our minds right, man. All right. Shalom, Capt. Shalom, family, Captain Benaniyah. Shalom, Capt. All right, but let me keep reading. It says, and no man put a new wine into old bottles. So that's great. Okay, so look, even going into fasting, man. All right, we want to make sure that our insides are good. That's why I touched on Sirach chapter 34. All right, the reason why we're going into this thing, we want to make sure that we are a new man. Okay, you don't want to put new wine into old bottles, man, because they do burst. All right, and you will bug out. It says, unless the new wine will burst the bottles and be spilled, and the bottles shall perish, man. You see that? It says, but new wine must be put into new bottles, and both are preserved, man. All right. So like I said, we want to be renewed in the spirit. We want to be renewed in the mind, man. Even while fasting, man. All right. Like I say, a lot of people just fast for damn vanity, man. All right. Let me keep reading. It says, and no man having drunk old wine straightway desired new, for he said the old is better. Damn. He said the old is better, man. And so when you start getting the understanding of this truth, excuse me, guys, excuse my language, man. It says, I'm gonna read that again. 39 says, so no man having drunk old wine straightways desires new, man. No man drinking it says the desire, it says slacking. No man also having drunk old wine straightway desires new, for he said the old tastes better. People stuck in their ways, basically, man. People are stuck in their ways, man. And people don't want to grow. They might taste it. This, man, this wine is a little bit bitter, man. This new wine is more bitter, and they don't desire it, man. Once they get a taste of it, man. Right? All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High, y'all. All praise to the Most High. Thank you for the precept, Captain Benaniyah. I was wondering who that was on the thing. I thought it was your call at first on the Battle Axes. All right. I thought it was your call. All right. Let's get this last precept, y'all. Let's get the last precept. Let's get Sirach chapter 11. It gets Sirach chapter 11, and we're going to get verse number 25. All right, the book of Sirach chapter 11 and verse 25. It says, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgiveness of affliction. So I'm going to just say this. Like, it be times where we be chilling. Hey, brothers might be up. Certain brothers and sisters might be up. You know what I'm saying? They good, man. And they forget the day of affliction. All right? It says, and it's like it, in that day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity, man. When you down in the dumps, man. All right, you kind of forgot when you was up, man. All right. It says, for it is an easy thing unto the Lord in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways, man. And that's why even that thing with King David we just read in 2 Samuel chapter 12, man. The Lord said, yeah, I fasted because, man, I don't know what the Lord is going to do to me. I don't know the future, man. I know I ain't been right. I do know that. I know I've been a little off. King David went off, man, but I'm just saying, a lot of us, you know, we kind of going off. Everybody knows what they deal with, man. You don't know what the Lord will do to you. And that's why David fasted. Even while the child was alive, he was fasting. Like I say, most time, you know, people fast and they mourn and rent their garments after somebody passed, man. But David did the opposite, right? Verse 27, it says, the affliction of an hour maketh a man forget pleasure, and his deeds shall be discovered, man. So, hey, I hope y'all were edified with this class, man. I truly hope y'all got understanding. Hey, live high holy days daily, man. We gotta live these things daily. They teach us on how to survive, man. These high holy days are a survival tool, man. The Passover, you implement that every day. The Feast of First Fruits, that's every day. You implement that into your everyday life. All right, the Day of Atonement, you implement that every day. All right, now we keep them in their ordinances, of course, or you shall be cut off. All right, but you take those things as a tool and use them like our forefathers and our foremothers did when our head was breaking loose, man. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed the class. Y'all please like, share, and subscribe, and help us push this truth all over the four corners of the earth. Yeah, that's a precept I just brought out, Brother Key. That's Sirach chapter 11, verse 25, man. All right. Thank y'all brothers for giving alms, man. Y'all brothers and sisters that's been giving alms. Like I say, that's great charity. Hey, I'm telling y'all, it helps the congregation out greatly. Like I say, man, the Battle Axes, we're at the end of the world, but we're still trying to expand, man. We're still trying to expand. We're trying to reach out to different cities. Have a Battle Axe here. Have a Battle Axe Houston. All right, Lord willing. Have a Battle Axe Arkansas, Lord willing. All right, so we are really trying to grow, and man, y'all alms help do that, man. Your alms, and your charity and your fasting help us to grow, man. All right, as a nation, as a not only as a congregation, but as a nation, man. All right, if y'all want to donate, y'all can hit the description below. All right, it's in the description below, the Cash App and the GoFundMe. Let me see the next high holidays we got. What we got? That's coming up. We just did New Moon. We got the destruction of Nicanor, y'all. February. Let me see. Destruction of Nicanor. Oh, Salakia. Destruction of Nicanor, March the 2nd, all right? Sunset, all right? Sunset Monday. Sunset Sunday, okay? Monday, March the 2nd, starts on Sunset Monday. We have the destruction of Nicanor. It's the next high holiday coming up. And then the very next day after that, all right, Tuesday, March the 3rd, through March the 4th, starts Sunset Monday and Sunset Wednesday. We have Purim. So we have the destruction of Nicanor, and we have Purim coming in a few weeks. So right now, brothers and sisters, y'all be reading until the destruction of Nicanor. You read 1st and 2nd Maccabees. All right. And y'all read even with the Purim, okay? You reading Esther. So like you reading Esther. So y'all want to be reading these books and getting into that spirit. Same way y'all was getting into the Christmas spirit 3 months before Christmas. Now that y'all in this truth, you're supposed to be getting into the spirit of these high holy days, man. And with that, y'all, I'm going to say shalom. Y'all have a great rest of the week.